Good night. It is 2 o'clock or so in the morning here. Just gonna quickly say a few words about this. I wasn't aware that this was happening. Obviously, I don't watch mainstream media, and I haven't seen this on any of my space places that I watch on YouTube. But right now, in the next under 10 hours, a rocket is going to land somewhere on the planet. A Russian rocket. The rocket has gone out of control. It was sent up into orbit about 5 days ago. It's since gone off its trajectory, and now it is plummeting down to Earth. It's a bit of a alarming situation. Initially they were saying that it was going to land right over the middle of Australia, pretty much near Ayers Rock, which we have. There's two important things at Ayers Rock, right in the middle of Australia. One, we have Ayers Rock, which has, a lot of important relevance to the Indigenous people here in Australia. It's their lifeblood. It is their sacred place, and no one's allowed to climb Ayers Rock anymore. It was given back to the Indigenous people, the First Nation people, and you're not allowed to go there. It's a no-go zone. And the other thing that's really important around there, but more towards South Australia, is obviously Pine Gap, which is the one part of Australia that the US owns, that was important in all the space, especially the one in 1968, or 69, sorry, when man landed on the moon. There were some signals coming through from Pine Gap. So to have those taken out would be pretty destroying to Australia. But it has now changed from there. It's now going to be somewhere over the Caribbean, which is probably even worse because that's a highly populated area. There's a lot of people that live there, so there's a lot of destruction that could come from that. But you have to think, all this space junk up in the sky, when it goes wrong, we're always worried about, like asteroids and things like that. But sometimes it's just some Russian piece of junk that has gone off its radar, that's not doing its job anymore, that could end up taking out the internet. Like, how many satellites is it going to take out on its way down? If they've changed the intended landing point, then, that shows that they really don't know what they're doing, and they're really unsure as where it's going. So maybe there are some satellites that will get taken down. Now, if the internet, would it take the internet down if one of these satellites came down? Would that disrupt, the plane flights? What about any other rockets that might be going up? What about Elon Musk's Skylink? All of this technology that's up there, it's all floating around. It's like an ocean out there. When you think of the ocean with all the fish, the schools of fish swimming around, all the different breeds, some big ones, some little ones, some, that have a standard path, others that don't leave their little neighbourhood. Well, the sky and all the space junk that's gone up there, everybody is sending rockets up there, and now Australia's going to be sending some. Where the welfare camp is, that place where if you don't behave, or if you have been in contact with somebody that has a certain disease, well, that man, Mr. Wagner, he is building rocket stuff right there. He's become a Mr. Gates. He really is. He's becoming the Australian version of that. He wants all this power and he's got his back feet, his hind feet, and his fingers linked with the Queensland government, which is really quite alarming because she's not the most stable politician. I think that she's got a few, any politician, I have to look at it this way. All the politicians, all the female ones, they're not married and they don't have children. So they don't know how to care for people. I bet you they never had any pets growing up either. So that shows you what type of mind frame they come from. When you don't have, you're a mature woman and you've never had children, and I know people say, oh, she's dedicated her life to her politics. Well, there's lots of politicians that can have children and multitask. So it just shows that their compassion is not in the youth and in life going earth, life on earth continuing. That's how I think anyway. But yeah, so this rocket's going to come down, so I hope that you're nowhere near it when it happens. So if you think it's going to come down where you are, go out there and have a look, see what you can find, see if you can get any photos or pictures of it, because it might be like when Skylab came down, they were offering a lot of money to anyone that found the first piece of debris of Skylab. So yeah, it's worth having a look. I'd be interested to see, because right now it's pissing down with rain. So even if it was to fly right over, I wouldn't see it with the whiteout that we have here. But anyway, take care, look after yourselves, be safe, and don't let the fear take over your life. You can't live in a fearful environment forever. It's crazy. It'll do your head in. And this rocket here, what does it look like? It looks like a cross between Gigantor and Astro Boy, and looks like little legs hanging down off him, so he does look like Astro Boy. But anyway, I'll put a little bit of Astro Boy at the end as a bit of a link so you can see. But anyway, take care. Bye. close side, they look like they're very similar, don't they? Who's copying who?